Alright, I just got set up. Man, over the last 2 days I've been scouting hard. I've covered over 14 miles. And not counting what I did today. I don't know, I hadn't checked to see how far I walked today. It wasn't terribly far. But after all that work, I've only found 2 spots. One of them is a water oak tree in the swamp. And it's looking good, but I'm waiting on a good wind for it. And the other spot is this crabapple I found yesterday. And it's looking really good. I got a pretty good wind for it. If there's ever been a perfect setup in the history of setups, this is it. Everything's right. I got the sun at my back. I got the wind in my face most of the time. I got the feed tree over here at about 10 yards. And I'm up a pine tree with a oak growing right up beside it. It's giving me a pile of cover. So everything's right. The stage is set. We just need old deer to show up right here and give me a good broadside. I got a freshly sharpened Simmons Great White on the string, and we're gonna see how bad it'll eat one up. I should have about 3 hours till dark. I can see a long way in here, out through these pines. I'm not 100% sure where the deer are gonna come from. I think they're either gonna come from my right, or possibly from the left over here. And but I would say probably 75% chance they're gonna come from the right. Other than that, that's all we gotta do is wait for one to show up. So let's sit back, see what happens. Maybe we'll get one in here under us, and I'll get a chance to not screw it up. Things are getting really good. The sun is almost completely dipped behind the trees. The wind has died completely. Got just a little bit of a drift right in my face towards the sun. I'm sitting on pins and needles. Anytime you're on something that's hot like this and the setup's right, the anticipation is just almost unbearable. I feel confident something's coming. Alright, it worked out. Man, it went to getting really late, and I was thinking it just wasn't going to happen. And the first thing I heard was a little bit of a bleat, and really, really low. And I said, that's got to be a deer. And she started coming. I heard another grunt or two. You can't hear much walking on that pine straw. And then I finally did hear a couple of leaves crunching, and I could barely make her out. And I had the camera going, but it was, when I looked over at the screen, it was almost black. And I know in the past I have been able to brighten the footage up some where I could use it. I don't know if I can with this or not. I'll play with it and see what I can do. I hope I got the shot on film, but anyway, it was one of those late deals where all I could see was, I could see her legs, and I could tell where the top of her back was at, you know, the bottom of her chest. And it really helps you bear down on that white spot right there behind that leg when that's about the only thing that's glowing at you. And I shot her there. It was like 10 yards. Absolutely couldn't see anything. And as soon as I dropped the string, it sounded like I hit her. And she ran, and she didn't run but maybe 30 yards and stopped. And I'm up there just fighting mad because I'm thinking I missed her. And I was thinking there's no way that I shot her with that great white as big as it is. And you know, she would run up there and stop unless I missed her. And whole time I'm gathering my junk up, getting down the tree, and didn't have a clue. You know, I walked over there and saw my arrow, and you can see it. It's covered in blood. But anyway, that's the exit wound right there. And she was actually quartering to me just a little bit. And so it came out a little bit far back. And I could see, you know, the arrow's really good and red. Probably came out through the liver. But I could see a little bit of stomach material in there. I wasn't too concerned about it. And but it blew my mind. I'm really glad I had that great big head trailing across that pine straw, because man, it's tough. But just as soon as I got going, there was a lot of blood. I lost it in a place or two, just because the pine straw soaks it up so much. But I was able to track her right on up here pretty good, especially after about 50 yards. She really opened up then. And I don't know how far she ran. I'd probably say 100 yards. And I found her. I figured out why she ran off and stopped. And it was because of the blade orientation. When the arrow hit her, the blade was vertical, and it went in between two ribs, and it came out between two ribs. So there was very low impact, even though that head is that large. And she just didn't really know what was going on. But man, I'm tickled to death to get her. I've been in a little bit of a drought. I think I've made 18 hunts to this point, and this is the 19th deer I've seen from the tree. But the last 5 times I've climbed before this afternoon, I hadn't seen anything. And I think we're in a little bit of a lull right now, right before the acorns really turn loose. And I was just fortunate to find that crabapple, and really glad it paid off. This is going to be bow kill number 163. This is going to be number 114, traditional. And this is number 59 with my Centaur. So we're inching closer to the 100. And I'm gonna go ahead and break her down, get her in the sack, get her out of here. And I don't really have anything good to climb on in the morning. I got a branch I might go sit in, just kind of an observation hunt. But we'll do a pile of walking tomorrow and see if I can't find something else to get on. I'm glad to get her. Thank you, Lord.